Hello, this is Vanda. She's my Catholic Indonesian friend. We met in Montfort Centre and today she'll be interviewing me and putting me in the hot seat. Ta-da!
Hi.
Okay.
Let's start, Joy. So actually, since I met you, right,
Yeah.
I've always been curious, like, how long
I'm
have
so
you
nervous.
been a Catholic?
Like every time I interview people. No, we can keep that. It's
Okay.
just authentic.
Okay.
You can
Yeah.
cut.
No need, I won't cut. I won't cut that part because then people know that, when I am being interviewed, I'm so scared.
Okay, let's start, huh?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
actually have 4 sections today.
So many.
But take it easy, lah. It can
Can.
be just a conversation.
Yay.
So I've always been curious.
Mm.
How long have you been a Catholic?
I was baptized in 2011 in Christ the King when I was 18. So you can do the math. You can know how old I am already. I was
14 years,
baptized.
ah.
Yeah, so long already. Oh yes.
Yeah.
25 minus 11. Yes. So that was my conversion journey. My first conversion. I
And
call it.
what about the Catholicism that made you so interested to convert?
For myself, because when I was young, I was always sick because I was a premature baby. Then my helper then, she always, because I'm always sick, right? She always mark the sign of the cross. She's Filipino, so it's a very Filipino thing. Then and then of course after a while I would recover, right, with modern medicine and all that. Then I really thought that the sign of the cross was the reason why I always recover. So I wanted to be Christian, but at that point of time I didn't know because I was so young. I thought that all Christians were Catholic. So I just thought that when I was young, I just said that I wanted to be Catholic because I just wanted to be Christian. Yeah. So
the power of prayer.
Yeah. Yay.
Okay, Joy, we had exchanged conversations prior to this interview, and you told me that you have attended CER before.
Yes.
Right. So how was your life before CER?
Okay, so when I did CER in 2019. That was before the period. My CER experience was really transformational. Before that, before my CER, so what happened was that after my baptism, I immediately lapsed. I didn't go to church because I think I didn't have any community or friends that were Catholic. And that was when I entered into university and everybody was all into clubbing and dating and all that, right? And other than that, it's just studying. So I didn't really go to church. I didn't have a community. A lot of things were happening not in the way that I wanted. So I was working in the bank at OCBC as a call center agent. I was always sick all the time. So I decided that for the sanity of my health, I would leave the job. But I didn't have a job lined up after that. I thought that I just wanted to take a break and get my immunity back up before I start climbing the corporate ladder again. But that became an 18-month gap year, which was way longer than I expected. By that time, somebody told me about CER, and I was like, oh my gosh, you can have all these amazing charismatic gifts from this retreat. So I was like, okay, I want to sign me up right now. But I keep trying to ballot and I failed like 2 times. I was like, each time is 3 months because it used to be every quarter. So when I failed, I was like, oh my gosh, why? And then the very first ballot, my fiance already got in. And then he came out and then he was like so transformed. And that made me even want to go more. Because the friend that I knew was like, oh, okay, maybe just a 1% testimony. But when 2% become so on fire, I was like, okay, this is something really special is inside this CER. So I went. The only tip that I received was just be obedient and do whatever they tell you. Then I did. I came out. On my last day of the CER, I went to search for jobs in the diocese, and there was only one that appeared, which was an intern role in Caris. And I just thought to myself, there's so many times during this 18-month journey whereby I was applying for even internship roles and I didn't even get them. I applied for Sephora intern.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, why did I not get an internship role? I'm a university graduate. Then I was like, anyway, if they don't accept me, so be it. It's just another application email that I sent, right? But the next day, I went back home already. Then I woke up. Then they said, okay, please come in for your interview.
Wow.
Then at that point of time, the whole team, the whole office, they did the interview for me. I was like, this one person.
Wow.
And everybody was about
Scary,
my
right?
about my age though. Everybody's about my age.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, but everybody, the whole office were not. They were all not sitting on their desk. They're all in this table interviewing me, and I'm just an intern.
Wow. So I imagine Caris has a lot of young people.
Yes. Even now, yeah. So, that was the start of my journey, working in the diocese.
That's beautiful. And that's right after CER, right? What about
immediately after?
What about your faith journey after CER until now?
I think that after my retreat, I was super on fire. I think I was too much on fire. I started telling everybody to go to CER. And I think I got a bit annoying to most people. I think they were not ready. I think I didn't understand the whole point of discernment. I just thought that, okay, this is something good, like chicken rice. I need to tell everybody about it. I need to tell everybody to ballot right now. Yeah, I think that backfired quite a bit. I learned to taper off and be more gentle after that. But it took a lot of rejection for me to learn that lesson. I was so on fire. Too much on fire.
Just balloted last weekend.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I didn't get it.
Oh, how many times
It's
did
not the time.
Okay, next time.
Yeah, the next one I will just okay. They say I can just straight in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My third time I got in, but I was the last one.
Oh, the last person to get the green card, is it?
Yeah. So I thought that I was going to not get in again. But I think the first 2 times, right, I didn't even get in the wait list. I was so sad. But I honestly tell you that there is a perfect time for CER. And if you rush it, yeah, I know it feels very sad. But the thing is that when I got in, I managed to get in with my cousin.
Oh.
Yeah. And she was the bridge to help me to talk to my mom. But because she experienced the same thing that I did, she was able to talk to my mom. She understand both sides. But if I were to go to CER without my cousin, I think that me and my mom, very hard to reconcile. A lot of things that were like so deep into our childhood, my childhood.
So has your relationship with your mom become better now?
I've been telling her to go CER, but she don't go. Mom, please go CER.
Auntie, please go CER.
I don't know whether she will work.
Be in the one CER batch.
yeah. Then she'll be like, I watched your video.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my relationship with my mom got a lot better. But I think initially when I first started working in Caris, she was a bit upset, I think. She was quite upset. She said that, how come I helped you to become a university graduate? Then you go and do, she thought the interns just fax things and make coffee for the boss. And I told my mom, I was like, there's no fax anymore, leh. Like, this machine doesn't exist anymore. She was like, really?
Sorry, no, you don't have fax.
Yeah. So I think she really struggled to understand a lot of things, because I think that faith is something that you can't really explain logically. There needs to be a leap of faith to do things, and a reason that is beyond human logic and understanding. It's really God's logic and understanding.
It's really God's calling.
Yeah. So I think that maybe for her it was quite hard to accept in the first. Then after that, when I finished my internship in Caris, I went to work as in the office for the new evangelization. She thought that it was okay because it was like a full-time job at least, and the rank was not like intern. But then when I decided to come out to do Little Flock, I think she had a heart attack. Because like I back to no income again. And to her, toys were like a waste of money. Like, why would parents buy toys for their children? But I think that maybe it was for the previous generation. I don't know.
So since you're talking about Little Flock, right?
Yes.
What was your motivation to start Little Flock?
Actually, right, a lot of things that I did, right, it's not really, I didn't intend them to happen. So what happened was that, okay, I don't want to name names, but there's another plushie supplier, right? So, and then my fiance, he bought them to, and then he's like, actually, I use after a while, right, it's like, very small, like, very flat, not very huggable. So we decided to make it a huggable version. It's like so huge. Let me bring one example.
Why not hug this now? Yeah, I think we should show them what a plushie looks like.
Yay! You want to hold which one?
Yes.
Okay, so it's like super giant size, right? Then after that, happened, and then my fiance Ryan, he said, oh, just make a small quantity, right? And then just do it on the online shop. And if you will buy, then we'll just ship out the orders. Then I was like, oh, okay lor, it's just a fun little side project to do. But then I didn't expect that the moment that the plushies arrived, right? And then my contract in ONE finished. Then I was like, oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah, that was so scary. I thought, okay, I cried so much. I thought that God don't want to use me anymore. My mission is over.
No, this is a new beginning.
Yeah, but of
More
course,
exciting.
at the point of time, I didn't
You are an
know.
entrepreneur now.
I mean, at the point of time, it's like, okay lah, I think, because my parents both were in the generation whereby they work like stable rice job, stable income, stable rice bowl, like don't break your rice bowl kind of logic. So I kind of ingrained in that. So when the contract ended, I was like, oh my gosh, what is this again? And then my fiance said, okay, just try to sell this and then try and look for another job. So I keep trying to look for another job. It didn't happen. But then I had a really hard time trying to sell my first few plushies. So I think I was nobody then, right? And I went to ask all the Catholic bookshops, and then they were like, no, it's not what we want. I think they were very used to like the rosary, Bible, crucifix thing. It's very easy to sell, right? The first company that said okay was a Protestant shop.
Really?
Yeah, then I was like, all the Catholic bookshops don't want me, but Protestant want me. I was like, oh, okay. Then with that first sale, then I started to try again in the Catholic bookshop. I said, this is my sales record. Can you just let me try? Then they said, okay, you just take two. Then it's like 4.
Okay.
The cost of me bringing and now 4
Yeah.
plushie, right? I cannot make money, man. But the thing is, these 4 plushies sold out on one weekend. Then they said, okay, you can bring more, you can bring 10. Then I was like, oh, okay. So with one bookshop, then the subsequent bookshops were more willing to say yes. And that became my full-time.
Oh, I'm
so
happy to hear this.
Yeah.
I think when God wants you to do this passion, right, He will really guide you.
Yeah.
And He will bless you with what you do.
I don't know whether He guided me, but maybe I'm just too blind to be guided. Right, but I just, I think it's just taking one step at a time. If you try to put your own 5-year career plan to hold this whole thing, right, it's not going to work out, I realize, because everything is beyond your control. Even though you can use your business degree or whatever, or your connection, right, there's only so much that you can do. A lot of things you cannot force people. They must be open, and God needs to work for all things to happen. And I think that was it lah. But it was so hard. The first year was so hard, and because my mom wasn't so open to me using her house as like warehouse, right? And then also because when people want to buy stuff like that, it's like $30, $40. They're not going to just buy online. They want to like see first.
Yeah, they want to touch it, feel it.
Yeah. Like they worry that it's an online scam.
So where can people buy Little Flock products now?
Oh, okay. Montfort Center. Okay, they can buy online on the website, littleflock.sg. Yay. Then they can also shop in various bookshops we have in St. Anne, Immaculate Heart, Divine Mercy, oh my gosh, Holy Cross, Katong Catholic Shop.
What is that? And Montfort Center, don't forget.
Yes.
At Upper Bukit Timah.
And then we also like do pop-up booths
From time to
whenever
time lah.
they allow us lah. Yeah. Then we'll donate accordingly.
You are actually famous because of your YouTube channel. I actually first got to know about Joy because of Flat Exploration channel on YouTube.
Yes.
So yeah, what led you to start this YouTube channel, man? After Little Flock.
Actually, I think that there are 2 camps of people who get to know me. One is because of the Father Reggie's Carmelite video. Another one was like the stupid funny reels that I did on Little Flock on Instagram, which I just sent to her.
Which one?
I'll send to you later.
That was your first video?
No, that was when I first became a bit more, I went a bit viral there. There was like 11 million views.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah.
So what was in that? If you just give us a summary.
Oh, I think I got viral because Protestants got a bit upset. I said that, oh, we're Catholics. Of course, we don't know the Bible, which was just an
opening lah.
Yeah. I mean, in my mind, it's like, okay lah, we're Catholics, we don't memorize Bible one. Like, we don't know verses, we don't know chapters, we don't even know the names of the books in the Bible, okay? Yeah, so we can't recite Bible verses at all. So that was the whole thing about me saying about Catholics. Then a lot of people go, it's like, if you're just saying, if it's just you, then just keep it to yourself. Don't have to say other people. You're not representing us. Then I was like, oh, chill. But then the comments started to gain traction in the algorithm. Yeah. So that was...
It caused a controversial, right?
Yes, it was a bit controversial. So I think then a lot of people followed. Then from it was a bit nightmare. Like I started before that reel, I only had like 700 followers. And then now I have 8,000.
Wow.
Just because of one stupid viral reel. Yeah.
It's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah. It was. Then that was my first foray into social media.
So you started faith exploration because you were successful in that little vlog video.
I think that I had the guts to try faith explorations because I kind of understood how social media works.
Okay.
But social media on short form content and long form content is very different. The reason why I wanted to do this YouTube channel thing was honestly because there were still a lot of people who don't know about little vlog. Especially, I think that at the point of time, children and youth know about little vlog, but not the other demographic. So, and I wanted it to be not just me selling something. I don't want to be known for just being selling of Catholic plushie seller. So I decided that, okay, there needs to be another way to evangelize, and there must be another way for people to learn things together. Not just like, oh, I give you a plushie, then okay, that's it. There must be something about like, how can we talk about Jesus? How can we talk about Mother Mary? And how can we demonstrate to other people how a community is like? Because I think that face-to-face community sharings are very important, but not everybody who are converts instinctively know how it's done. Yeah, there needs to be somebody who demonstrates it. And it should be done in a way that's like I think it should be done in a way that's fun so people can learn little things.
What I like about your content is it's authentic.
Not very heavy. Or if it's like too, like, sorry books, sorry Montfort Center, but if everything is about reading from books only, right? I think it's a great way, but I think there must be a way that can resonate with the young people.
I agree. Yeah. And if it is authentic, people feel like they are part. They probably can relate and have the same experience.
It does not replace the books. It doesn't replace the Bible, but at least something that you find that it's actually quite interesting. Then maybe you go and read more into that at your own time.
I remember there was one video where you interview a father and you asked about the Eucharistic prayer.
Yeah.
And he said something like, oh yeah, there was a reason why we had to say this prayer very clearly because there's a meaning behind it.
Yeah.
So something like that we really don't get it when we attend Mass, right?
Yeah.
We only can understand when we ask a father, and you have asked the father on behalf of all of us. Yeah. So this is so great.
I think that what really I realized doing this whole thing about faith exploration, I realized that what really worked is that a lot of people have questions and they don't dare to ask because they feel that, oh my gosh, is it very embarrassing to ask somebody? It's like as if they're going to judge me if I don't know it. I'm going to be deemed as a bad Catholic if I don't know this or don't know that. Like my catechism is like very shaky and lousy. But I don't think there's bad questions. And I feel that sometimes, and maybe for people who are like religious, priests, clergy, they maybe find it hard to approach because like they feel that I don't want to block them with like my worries, my concerns, or my stupid questions. But I think that they're still human like us lah. Yeah. So, but not everybody is like super okay to like, hello, who are you?
Of course.
Right.
Maybe they will also reject because they don't want to share.
Yeah.
Or they are busy.
Yeah. So
approaching those people on behalf of us. I think you have been very successful in your YouTube channel, but have you ever...
Praise God.
Oh, yes, thank God. And I'm sure God has a lot of things He wants you to do to help His work in this world. But have you ever struggled in your journey? Can you share with us some struggles that you had after you started the YouTube channel?
Struggles, a lot lah.
Just maybe 2, just for that.
Because I think for myself, I am not media trained. I also didn't grow up I didn't grow up instinctively knowing social media. I think when I grew up, it was still like, I don't know, Facebook and MySpace and Friendster. It was not...
I went to that era too. You know about Friendster.
I'm sure you heard of me.
Yeah.
But
Friendster is like Facebook.
Yeah, so I think there was this very uphill, steep learning curve. That was one, and then of course, secondly was getting people to come on the show. I don't think people really care about watching me talk in the first time because I'm not anybody. But I had put in a lot of time to beg people to come on the show, which was probably the same as how I started Little Flock. I still had to beg a lot of people to, please allow me this booth, please allow me to put my plushies in your shop, that kind of thing.
And how has this channel helped you in your journey as a Catholic?
I see this YouTube channel more than... Okay, I see this YouTube channel in a way that I just record the things I'm learning. So maybe say when I'm talking to you, right, I learn something, then everybody learns together as a community. So I don't feel pressured that I need to hit a certain view or certain amount, then I'll be happy. And for me, I think that is secondary. I feel that if the thing bears fruit, is really not because of me, but really I think that is what people find interesting and they want to learn and they're sharing. And I think that whole act of sharing is really good, right? Yeah. You don't gatekeep things that you found useful for yourself. Yeah. Okay,
Joy, I think we have talked a lot about your career and your business and your channel. Let's talk about your marriage. You are going to get married soon.
Yes.
And I'm excited to be attending. I already RSVP'd.
Yay!
So, okay, is your boyfriend Catholic?
Yes. He's a convert also, but he converted after me. I would say he converted because of me, but okay.
He converted after you.
Because how do I put this? He was, I don't know how to put this, but I think that he was curious I think he was curious of the Catholic faith because of me. I was his only Catholic friend that he knew. So I was like, then of course he would talk to me about like, oh, what's my Christianity different from other denominations, right? And I have no answer for that because I was a lapsed Catholic. I don't even go to Mass. So I don't know how to answer. I said, why don't you go to RCIA? Then they will answer for you. That's
the best, right? That's from the best.
Then he managed to finish the whole thing. And then he got baptized. Then I was like, yay. Clap. Oh, sorry, this one cannot clap.
Are you his godparent?
No lah.
Cannot, right?
Cannot lah.
Okay.
Not that cannot, but
that's not.
I think that it's hard for me to mentor him because he's older than me. Like, I don't even have the same life experience. Right? I'm just like a dilulu little girl. Then people are being all serious. Yeah.
I know, yeah.
It's harder lah to be a godparent of somebody who's older. It's not impossible, but it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate. Because my husband is also 6 years older than me.
Yes.
So it's a little bit hard.
Yeah. Life stage is different. Yeah.
So how did you meet your boyfriend at that time?
So we met we met as colleagues first. So he joined this company after me. We were in the retail industry. We were selling vintage reproductions of like planes and ships and all that. The things that old money people will buy for their house. Furniture and all that. So so the vibe of that shop is that it's very exclusive. So not many people dare to step in. So of course then you got nothing to do, then talk to your colleague.
Oh, so that's when the conversation started.
Yeah.
So cute.
So then after that was how we met. But then we were like colleagues for a long time. Then like that lor. But I didn't know he liked me lah. I was quite delulu lah. Seriously, I had no idea. And then after that, then everybody who were working in that shop, right, they said that it's so obvious. How do you not know? I said, I don't know. I wasn't even looking at him. It was not even in my consideration, in my radar, no.
But how long have you been with him?
I lost count already.
More than 5 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe 7, 8, 9. I also don't know.
Okay, so since he's converted, right, how has your relationship with him helped you in your faith?
Very, very important. Like, so crucial. I don't think I can do all these things without my fiance being Catholic. And then not only him being Catholic, but him being a practicing Catholic who can understand the sacrifices that's needed. So he works in Caris, and we also work in the diocese. So I think having one person working in the diocese helps me to know like, oh, what's coming up soon, like what's happening, what's on the ground. Maybe some new event is coming up. Then I was like, hi, I heard about this event. Can you let me move?
Got a booth.
Yeah. Then that is really helpful. And also, I think doing work, laboring in this vineyard is not very easy because it's really a test of your faith at all times. It's like, what about money? What about like future? What about retirement? What about like what? There's a lot of things that if you are doing it by yourself, right, and if you're doing it with somebody who's not Catholic, it's very hard. They might not understand why you even want to do it. It's like that is beyond, like I said, beyond human understanding. So, this whole thing about like discernment and following the fruits of the Spirit is very hard if the person is not even Christian.
Yeah, I'm grateful that you found a Catholic boyfriend who's now going to be your husband in less than 2 months' time.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, so fast.
So what about those people? I mean, let's give some people advice on how they can find a Catholic boyfriend or girlfriend.
I have a tip for that.
Yeah.
So right, before Ryan, all my ex-boyfriends were all not even Christian at all. Then they always like, I keep getting cheated on and all that. I was like, oh, damn pain. And it happens over and over and over again. And I was like, maybe the problem is me. Maybe I'm the problem. So after that, then I was like, but of course, like me being, again, don't want to admit that I'm the problem. Then I said that maybe God, maybe you give me a Christian boyfriend. I'll try that Christian boyfriend. I was like, oh, I'm trying to like control things, right? I think it doesn't work lah. Then after that, but my resolution then was that, okay, for the first time in my life, since I was 16 years old, I'm going to decide to not, I'm just going to be single. I'm not going to be attached. So that was the only time in my life I was single. At any time, I was always jumping around guys. Not very healthy, very, very toxic. But I think I was seeking a lot of validation. I think a lot of inner wounds and traumas that I had, but I didn't even know because I wasn't even trying to face them. I just thought that finding another person would cover up the hurt and feelings that I was encountering. So I said, God, I try not to be so fussy. I will just be able to accept a Christian boyfriend can already. Then after that, then when Ryan made the decision to sign up, as in sign up for RCA is one thing, right? But because I was the only Catholic friend that he knew, so I had to go for the class also. Then I go there like, yeah, but I was like not even attending. I was just using my phone. I was shaking legs. People keep saying, who this person sponsor, but then so irresponsible one. But because I felt it was like an unnecessary obligation that I had to do.
But I think your presence means something to Ryan.
Yeah, but you must understand like I didn't want to go for mass already. Can you imagine sitting for like RCIA lessons for like 3 hours?
Oh, 3 hours.
Yeah, every Monday. Oh my gosh, right? Then
yeah, so where can people out there find a Catholic husband or a Catholic wife? Where can they meet someone who is a Catholic? Do you know?
No, I don't know. God just gave him to me.
I think some people, they look up for events or like a community gathering.
I didn't have a community, so I don't.
Where they can meet other people who is also Catholic, and that's when they meet other singles lah.
Yeah, very valid. But I think also don't place unnecessary expectation that, or else you'll feel very disappointed.
Correct. Yeah, especially when you meet someone who is not of your age. Yeah, it's not the same age as you.
For me, I always think that fix yourself first. God will send the correct person. Yeah. But then you don't know when it's going to happen. But
trust in His time.
Trust the process.
Okay, so what do you have for some of us who are probably struggling in our faith or who is a lapsed Catholic and who wants to go back to the church?
Wow, so hard.
We are almost the end already.
Yes. I think one thing that during my CER, that now the Cardinal, but then Archbishop, he came up to me and then he said, this is Jesus, believe. And he was holding the monstrance, holding the Blessed Sacrament. Then I was like, why is he telling me this? Then after that, I realized that the reason why I lapsed And the reason why I don't have the relationship with God is because I didn't believe in the true presence. I just felt that it was like a symbol lor. Even though I'm Catholic, I know that in my head, I know that it's supposed to be more than, it's not just a symbol like the Protestants believe, but it really is Jesus. And it's very hard to see with my own eyes this bread or wafer thing that don't taste like meat or anything, but to really believe that is Jesus was what I needed to tip me over to the beginning of the relationship with God.
I think it's the understanding that the human brain cannot process.
Yeah. And then
it's really faith.
And then just keep spending. For me, what really helped was spending time in adoration. Because I didn't believe right in my heart that was Jesus. And I just keep talking to this white thing that I just keep talking to it like, is this with Jesus?
The Blessed Sacrament.
Yeah. I think if you just do it enough, there will be some response. But you just need to listen. Don't keep talking. Yeah. And I think that conversion will start. If you really, really believe that whatever you're receiving in Mass is really Jesus. And then it makes everything make sense, like the sacrifice, the love, and the mercy, and the forgiveness. It all makes sense after that. It will all fall into place, but you must first believe in the true presence of Jesus.
Okay, one last question, Joy. For some of us who are already a practicing Catholic, do you have any advice on how we can keep our faith, or what activities can we do to practice Catholicism?
Community is very, very important. Even though it's just a small group, it's fine. And then also, I think having this community online is also helpful because they keep me accountable. It's like, okay, 1 week there's no video already. Joy, what are you doing? Then I was like, oh, okay, let me think of something. Because the moment you stop thinking about Jesus, right, that's when things will creep in. Yeah, all these things become less important.
So in other words, your
all these things will become more important, and God becomes less important. And then, yeah, your fire will dwindle and the flame will just like go away.
So the channel has actually helped you to be accountable.
It is.
And has helped you in your faith.
Yes, I think so. Because I think by talking about your faith, it's not just inward. It's not just between it's not just me and God, but there's also other people. And then you need to learn how to not just love myself and love God, right? You must also learn to love others. And that's the most challenging part.
Wow, thank you so much. This is so beautiful.
Okay.
I really feel the honor to be here to represent everyone who is watching your YouTube channel and ask questions about your faith.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Vanda.
for sharing. I think this hopefully inspires many of us who are either learning about your Catholicism or struggling in our Catholic faith.
Yay! Thank you, Vanda, and thank you, everybody.